Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Motive channel. We are back here after you've just watched the coverage there for the Flat Out Formula 1 League, which is run on Monday night. We're back here with what's being recorded right now on Tuesday night for the opening round of Purple Sector's Formula 1 League. This season they're racing in a realistic car performance, which is something they've never done here at Purple Sector. So basically the Red Bulls, the Ferraris are the quickest cars, the likes of McLaren and Mercedes not far off, and then obviously you've got the slower cars at the back of the grid, like the Hasses of last season, and the Alfa Romeos, the Williamses. Obviously, Alfa Romeo now stake, but obviously we're in 2023 still on the F1 game. But here we go, guys. Let's see how this season pans out. It's going to be a mixed-up grid. I'm pretty sure about that. Here we are then. The lights are on at the head of the grid here at Albert Park, and it's lights out and away we go. Justify gets a decent start there in the McLaren. Tesla there tucking in behind him there in the AlphaTauri as we got Vista there moving ahead of Street Boy up into second place. Matt Vista's down the inside into second place here through turn one as we see somebody a little bit wide there. There's a Ferrari over the grass. Street Boy there going out of shape, and so was Ruck as well. So both of those two in the wars here in the early stages as Vista's moved ahead of Tesla here coming down towards turn three. He's got that one done up into second place. You've got Nathan there going a little bit deep there into turn three, and that's allowed Brinky there to get the cut back up into fourth place. Street Boy's got ahead of Magpie Toon here up into seventh place, but Magpie Toon trying to keep himself there. Street Boy gets that one done there up into P7 as you've got Stiffmeister getting ahead of Ruck as well. And Ruck there having to fight here with Eilenberg a little bit. Eilenberg managing to get that move done on Ruck up into a 12th place here. So dramatic opening lap here. Justify got the 2-second lead at the moment over Vista with Tesla right on the back of Vista at the moment. You've got Ruck there who's had a moment there. What's happened to Ruck? He's hit the wall somewhere and he's dropping down the order like a stone. He's now down in 17th place here on this opening lap. That has not gone to plan at all there for Ruck. But Justify out the front, just under a 2-second gap here over Vista, who's got Tesla still keeping him on his toes at the moment. You've got a Mercedes there a little bit wide. That was Brinky there out of shape. That might allow V10 Ultra up the inside here into the next corner, and it does allow him up the inside up into P5. You've got Street Boy there who's tried to keep it around outside of Magpie 2, but Magpie 2 gets the better exit there as Trucky there moves through ahead of Street Boy as well. So Trucky there up into P8, and you can see he's keeping it around the outside there, but Trucky there running in 8th place right behind Magpie 2 at the moment. It's battle for 7th and 8th places. You've got Tez and Muzzer all over the back of Vista as well as they come down the start finish straight here to complete the first lap of the race. You've got Trucky there moving back ahead of Magpie 2 here down the start finish straight up into 7th place, keeping an eye on the other gaps at the moment. Looks like nobody else is too close at the moment. Stiffmeister here is close actually on the back of Oliver into turn 1. He makes that move there up into P10. Beautifully done there from Stiffmeister. Can Oliver get the cut back here coming out of turn 2? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to at the moment, and he's going to hold on to that one for now then. But Oliver is looking to the inside here, trying to distract him in the mirrors a little bit. Stiffmeister's not taking that bait at all, and he's going to hold on to that one at the moment. Oliver obviously racing in the Red Bull in this Purple Sector Formula 1 season. As I said before, realistic car performance for this season, which is going to make a big difference. And obviously those who are relatively new to the game, who are still learning the game, are going to have a big advantage this season. So a big opportunity for guys to get a bit more confidence in their ability, obviously, albeit with a small advantage, but nonetheless, sometimes you need a good car to improve your driving skills. But Nathan here on the back of V10 Ultra as they're coming through the middle sector. Oh, Nathan's got a bit of understeer here. Has he got damage? He must have damage, surely. Yeah, front left end plate there has come off that front wing. So Nathan there struggling at the moment. Tezza here is on the back of Vista as well in his battle for second place. But these guys are really struggling in these wet conditions in the early stages. It's really a struggle at the moment from what we can see out there so far. But Justify having absolutely no struggles so far. He's got over a 2-second gap over Vista at this point. Nathan into the pits here at the end of lap 3. As in he comes into the box. There he goes. And he should be off and away in just a second. There we go. Off and away now. Off he goes. Yep. Rexy Boy trying to hassle the back here of Nelly Regit as these two are battling over P14 at this point. These two a little way down the order, not having the best of start to this race obviously, but they're both running in the Aston Martin, which is probably not the ideal car for this season because it's one of those also runs, it's like about about 5th fastest, I'd say, overall last season, maybe 4th fastest at times, but Alonso really did drag everything out of it last season. But yeah, these two currently running in P14 and 15, unable to really make too much of an impression on the leaders at this point. Matty Pitt here on the back of Mr. Johan, the battle for P11 and 12. Matty Pitt said to me earlier on how he expected to struggle this season in the Williams. Not the worst car on the grid, but certainly not the best either. Sorry about that, everybody. We are back here at Albert Park with the action. Obviously, you were watching it, but we weren't currently narrating it, as I just had to quickly jump on a phone call. But we've got Brinky here currently on the back of Truckee as they're coming down towards turn 3. And Brinky, I think, just did actually get passed by Truckee a few moments ago. So Truckee's now up into P5. You can see there you got Magpie 2 and Street Boy. Stiffmeister pretty close on the back of this train at the moment. You also got Mr. Johan trying to pressure the back of Matty Pitt as well for P11 and 12. So Matty Pitt didn't actually get ahead of Mr. Johan a couple of laps ago. Tezza Muzzo in the meantime moved ahead of Vista up into P2. And in fact, Vista's lost out 2 places here. Vita and Ultra following him through as well. So the 2 teammates in the upper tower, Tezza Muzzo and Vita and Ultra, the championship contenders of last season, running in second and third. And Vita and Ultra managing to get the move done on Tezza there. But Tezza's not done. He's looking to come back around the outside there. These two all the way through this corner side by side. Tezza there cutting the inside of the corner, and V10's going to get him on the exit, and V10 back up into second place. Tezza losing out to Vista as well. Vista now attacking on the back of V10. V10 around the outside he goes. Is he going to get this one done? He's going to try and keep it around the outside. No, V10 Ultra manages to outbreak him there. A little bit wide on the exit though. Can Vista get the cut back here? They're still side by side, and V10 Ultra has got Vista really hassling him. Oh, and Vista spun it. Vista there tagging him in the rear and loses part of his front. He's lost the entire front wing. We've got a safety car. The safety car's been deployed. I reckon they could have easily just recovered that under virtual, but for some reason the full safety car's been deployed. Tezza was in the right place at the right time there, just coming through the penultimate corner as the safety car was called out. He came into the pits. So does V10 Ultra, so does Street Boy, so does pretty much everybody here, barring Oliver. The race leader Justify had already gone past the pit lane at the time that the safety car was deployed. So it's actually Magpie 2 and Street Boy and Oliver who elected not to come in. Justify had no choice. He was already past the point of no return. But V10 there is coming out leading the pack here of drivers who have been into the pits. Tezza's lost a few places here. He's been held up in the queue a little bit and is down in P9. But V10 Ultra there leading the drivers of those who have pitted at this point. And you can see there, obviously we'll be joining the safety car queue. But he's a couple of seconds clear of Truckee there in 6th place. Brinky, Stiffmeister, Tezza. Let's check what tyres these guys are on. I think it's probably the wet still, I would have thought. Oh, Inters now, okay. So we've seen, some of them started on the Inters as well. Okay, I mean, to be fair, it's not too rainy. I suppose the Inters do work in these sorts of conditions. It's not really, there's no real major aquaplaning or anything like that. It's a damp surface. There's a fair bit of rain, so I would have thought maybe they might have started on the wets, but apparently that's not the case. Sorry, sorry guys, just had to go into a coughing fit there. There we go then, confirmation. Safety cars coming in this time around. So obviously the top three are on slightly worn out tyres compared to the rest of the pack. That will make a difference. 5 laps, obviously with racing speeds. That will definitely be a bit of an advantage for the guys behind. And also you've got to remember that V10 Ultra is a driver who's got a lot of pace, so I imagine he'll be wanting to cut his way through these three as quickly as he possibly can. He's got a bit of a jump here on his teammate Tezza, who's in 8th place, so he's got a bit more traffic to work his way through. And obviously these guys no slouch, especially Brinky, who we know is going to be putting up a stiff test for anybody who comes up behind him. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Oh, no. Brinky, what has happened there? What's going on there, son? What is going on there? Come on. Who did that? Was that him or was it somebody crashing into him? What is happening there? That is ridiculous. Oh, safety car's coming in, so Brinky is going to be a little bit exposed here, but Magpie 2 coming out the final corner. We're back underway again here at Albert Park for this Australian Grand Prix here at the Purple Sector Formula 1 League. And Magpie 2 coming into turn 1. You've got Street Boy Oliver as V10 Ultra already sizing up his first victim in the shape of Oliver. Down the inside he goes into turn 1, and that's job done there for V10 Ultra. Stiffmeister there moving ahead of Truckee as well, up into 5th place on the exit of turn 2, but Truckee's going to try and keep himself there. Has got good momentum there coming out to the straight. Oh, no. Handbags there as Tezza there coming together with Stiffmeister. Those two in the wars. Nathan's got ahead of Truckee. Truckee managing to keep alongside him momentarily there, but Nathan's got the move done. Tezza there's lost out to Matty Pitt. Tezza's dropping down the order as well. What's happened to him? But obviously he had that collision with Stiffmeister. He had an additional contact there with a Matty as well. But Tezza there in 7th place, Stiffmeister 8th, and Matty Pitt down to 9th place now as well. So he's had a bit of a struggle just there. Absolute chaos here. But Magpie 2 out the front has got just under a second here to Street Boy. V10 Ultra up into 3rd place after moving himself straight up in front of Oliver, who was running in 3rd place on the restart. Oliver trying to keep himself close to V10 actually in that Red Bull of his. He's got Nathan a cut about a second behind him there in P5 ahead of Truckee. Oh, Truckee very wide there onto the gravel on the exit of the chicane. He keeps on to P6, but he's going to have Tezza breathing down his neck in a second. Tezza getting closer and closer, but not close enough there to be able to make a move at the moment. Justifies moved ahead of Stiffmeister there up into P9. It's down the inside he goes into that next corner there. Mr. Johans moved into the points paying positions there, up into P10. Stiffmeister's dropping down the order here behind Vista as well. So Vista now up into 11th place. Stiffmeister's got no front wing. That'll be why he's stopping places there. So Stiffmeister coming into the pits here at the end of lap 8. Mr. Johan also in the pits, so is Nathan. Lots of drivers coming in here at the end of lap 8. So I wonder if there's going to be some tyre changes going on here. They're all just putting new inters on, so obviously there was a bit of a melee, I think, involving some of the drivers there, which has caused them to have to fix damage and obviously put a fresh set of tyres on while they're at it. Might as well. Magpie 2 leads the race. Street Boy coming under the pressure here from V10 Ultra. V10 obviously a bit of a jump on his rivals for the win here tonight. Unless we have another safety car, I can't see this one slipping past him here this evening. He's all over the back of Street Boy as they come through this flat out section through the middle part of the lap. On board with V10 Ultra as he's looking to the inside. down the end of this long sweeping section, but he's not close enough at the moment, and Street Boy is going to hold on to that one. These two well within a second now of Magpie Toon, who is your race leader. So this is now a three-way battle here for the lead. Beaten Ultra looking left and right, trying to find a way through here on Street Boy, but still can't find a way around him at the moment. Street Boy there onto the grass a bit and gets a horrible run there coming through that corner, and Beaten Ultra is going to seize on that without any questions asked. Up into second place, easy pickings there for him. He can now focus on Magpie Toon just up ahead of him there. So lovely move there from Beaten Ultra, and now we can challenge for the race lead. Momentarily, you would have thought. So they're coming out the final corner here to complete lap line of the race. Jumping award there with Beaten Ultra into turn one once again. No DRS obviously, but he's managing to get this beautiful traction there out of the corners on his fresher tyres. 5-lap fresher, intermediate tyres there for Beaten Ultra. He gets it done with ease, but Magpie 2's not done. He's going to send one down the inside. Can he get it stopped? He does get it stopped. That was a superb comeback there from Magpie 2, and Beaten Ultra couldn't get a cutback there. He's done that absolutely brilliantly there as Magpie 2. Beaten Ultra is going to have to do it all over again now. He's got a lovely exit through that section, but again, Magpie 2 just parking his car in the right places, allowing absolutely no gaps to form here. Great racing here between these two, and Magpie 2 for the time being clings onto that one. Beaten Ultra is now going to look down this long sweeping flat out section here to try and make this manoeuvre, but I don't think he's going to get a chance to do so, because he's not going to get enough of a slipstream to pull out to get any move done, as Nathan has got to just put out a safety car. He's crashed out of the race here. Nathan out of the race on lap 10. That's the second safety car we've had here tonight. This race is in danger of being consumed by these safety cars here. Street Boy with a 5-second penalty there for a collision with Beaten Ultra. Now, what sort of collision was that? Is there any damage? I imagine it would most likely be on the Ferrari if there was. And yeah, that's missing a front wing. So Street Boy there gets a 5-second penalty just to add insult to the injury which he'd already suffered there for losing his front wing. And ultimately, he's going to have to, well, he'll probably just get 5 seconds as it on, because now he'd be coming into the pits now. So we see a few drivers coming into the pits actually. Beaten Ultra, Oliver, Street Boy, Matty Pitt, Mr. Johan, all coming into the pits at the end of lap 9, and lap 10 should I say. Here we are then, guys. Safety car coming in at this lap here for the opening round of the Purple Sector Formula 1 League. Obviously, we had 2 safety cars here so far tonight. Hopefully, that's the last of them. As we come out the final corner here with 8 laps left to go here at Albert Park, it's Magpie 2 leading us away ahead of Justify in second place. Vista there in third with Nelly Regit and Rexy Boy there running behind them, completing the top 5. You've got Oliver there ahead of Matty Pitt, Vita and Ultra, Mr. Johan and Brinky completing the top 10. Street Boy in 11th, followed by Truckee, Stiffmeisters, Tezamuzza and Islandberg there in P15. The whole pack on intermediate tyres. And Magpie 2, the one who's gone furthest on them. 12 laps so far, still yet to pit in this race as he's trying to squeeze Justify to the outside there. Justify tried to go around the outside there. Justify was on pole position in the qualifying session, the dry qualifying session, and finds himself in P2 now, right behind the leader as we're coming through the first sector here, towards the end of the first sector here on lap 13 of 20 for this race. As Vista here trying to keep on the back of these as well. You could see him clinging right to the coattails of these two. Now you're Reggie, Rexy Boy, Oliver there ahead of Matty Pitt, Vita and Ultra there in 8th place, was a bit of a contender earlier on for the win. Tezza as well running in 14th place now. It's been an absolute disaster here for the Alpha Tauri boys here tonight. But I tell you what, Justify really bringing it here to Magpie 2 and Vista as well. This is now a 305 for the lead. This is well and truly on here as Tez has moved ahead of Stiffmeister up into 13th place. Street Boys also moved ahead of Brinky up into P10 as well. So a couple of position changes going on there. Truckee now looking to try and move ahead of Brinky here on the exit of the chicane, and he's done that one. Truckee up into 11th place there. Job done for him. Magpie 2 is got just under a second now to Justify, so he's pulled out a bit of a gap here through the middle sector, looking like he's still got a bit of maybe some new tricks to show in those old tyres at this point. He's still pulling it out at the moment. You got Vista there now just starting to fall off of the top 2 a little bit as well. It's now Regit's gaining on these 3 bit by bit here. He's now within 2 seconds of the leaders as they're coming over the line here to complete lap 13. As I know Regit they're putting out the slipstream, trying to get a clear view of the circuit in front of him. Beat and Ultra looking down the inside of Matty Pitt into turn 1, too far back just at the moment. Mr. Johan watching and waiting in the background here. Big cluster of cars here as Justify looking around the outside of Magpie 2 and trying to make the move there into turn 3. He's going to have the inside for this next corner, but it's a quick corner. It's you don't really brake through that corner. It's more of a bit of a lift through that corner. I was saying that in the wet it might be a bit different, but Justify for the time being still can't make this move on Magpie 2. And Vista still waiting in the wings here, waiting to pounce like a silent assassin at the moment. But Justify here is going to try and capitalise on Magpie 2, maybe running a bit wide in one of these corners potentially, but at the moment Magpie 2 is not giving him anything to go on, and 0.2 of a second separating these two. Justify in the slipstream. Looks like his straight line speed isn't quite where he would want it to be here. Magpie 2 definitely got the quicker car on the straights, and Justify unable to make anything happen at the moment as we've got Matty Pitt there moving ahead of Oliver up into P6 as they come to the end of this straight there. You've got Vita and Ultra also getting around Oliver there, so both of them making moves there as Vita and Ultra now looking to try and get ahead of Matty Pitt as well as he creeps closer to the back of him, but still not close enough at the moment to go for a move. Mr. Johan there moving ahead of Oliver up into 8th place as well here, so plenty going on at this point. But here we come then, over the line to complete lap 14 of the race. 6 to go here. Oh, and Oliver's out of the race. Oliver's out of the race. He's crashed out there, out of the final corner. And we're down to 14 runners here. We started with 17, let's not forget. And looks like we're going to do it under double waved yellow flags as Justify looking close on the back of Magpie 2. Matty Pitt in the meantime has moved ahead of Nelly Regit up into 5th place there. And Nelly Regit they're getting out of it massively. Vita and Ultra around the outside. Oh, and Nelly Regit taps Vita and Ultra in the rear there, going through turn 3. No harm though, no harm done at the moment, and it's still all fair between them. Vita and Ultra here attacking now on the back of Matty Pitt as well as Justify and Magpie 2 were side by side for a second there, but Justify's made the move at the end of the first sector, so Justify hits the front here on lap 15 of the race with 5.5 laps left to go. Can he hold on to it now? Matty Pitt's moved ahead of Vita and Ultra again, so these two swapping places left, right and centre at the moment. Vita and Ultra keeping himself close here. Matty Pitt now looking to try and attack on the back of Rexy Boy as well as they're coming down towards the end of this straight. Is he going to have a chance here into this little left-right sort of chicane thing? He's going to try and keep himself there, and Matty Pitt does it. Absolutely brilliant stuff there from Matty Pitt. Around the outside he went up into 4th place. Now Vita and Ultra will look to try and knock Rexy Boy while he's down here through this next sequence into the final sector of the lap here. Looks to duck down the inside here. He's going to go for it there, does Vita and Ultra, and he gets it done with a beautiful move, but he can't complete it because he didn't get a great exit out of the corner. And in fact, no, he does. Sorry, he does get it done actually up into P5. So brilliant move there from him. as Rexy Boy a bit deep through that next section, and he's lost a bit of time there as Trucky there has lost out to Tezza as well. Tezza up into P9, and we've got Haas into the pits there, diving into the pit lane. That is Mr. Johan there coming in. But Tezza up 3 places in all of that. Street Boy now looking to move ahead of Tezza down the start-finish straight. Incredible racing here from Street Boy as he mugs everybody there into turn 1. Oh, it's the McLaren there, loses it. Trucky there getting it out of shape in the background there. Stiffmeister there behind Street Boy and Tezza. You got Islandberg there slotting ahead of Brinky, should I say, but Trucky has dropped down to 13th place in all this one. Tezza's now lost out to Islandberg and Stiffmeister as they're coming through turn 3. Unbelievable racing here. Stiffmeister's moved ahead of Islandberg as well. Tezza back ahead of Islandberg round the outside of turn 4. He goes as we watch on board with Brinky there, but Tezza with a comeback move there on Islandberg. Stiffmeister now running in 9th place, and Street Boy is just a bit up the road here in 8th place. Brinky there up into P11 here ahead of Islandberg as well, so Islandberg's lost 2 places there in the space of a couple of corners. Vista there moving ahead of Magpie Toon as well into 2nd place as they come towards the end of, well, they're at the end of that straight through the left-right chicane thing. On board with V10 Ultra, he's trying to keep closer to these guys, but Magpie 2 looking down the inside of the wrist, too far back at the moment. Got Tezza Mazda there moving ahead of Stiffmeister up into P9. That's job done there for Tezza. And V10 Ultra's got back ahead of Matty Pitt, but Matty Pitt's not done. He's got a beautiful exit there as Matty Pitt and moves himself back up into 4th place there. Street Boy in the meantime has moved ahead of Manuel Regit up into 7th place as well. Matty Pitt there moving ahead of Magpie Toon down the start finish straight, but Magpie Toon looking back to the inside there into turn 1, a little bit too far away just there at the moment. Closing laps here of the opening round of the Purple Sector Formula 1 League here. The realistic car performance season here. And V10 Ultra's moved out of Magpie Toon up into 4th place, but Magpie Toon's coming back at him here down this long straight, and he's going to make his move back up into 4th place there. As we've got Matty Pitt now challenging on the back of Vista. Matty Pitt has driven an absolutely cracking final stint here and could move himself up into P2. Maybe he might have the minerals to chase after Justify, who leads this race, but he's going to have a challenge, I'm sure, from V10, who's behind him on the track a little bit, and also Magpie Toon as well. Oh, as Vista there goes wide, that's going to allow Matty Pitt up into P2 without any trouble. Oh, no, as V10 into the wall. Yeah, I think that was a reaction to what's going on in front of him there. V10 dropping down the order. He's down to P12, and that's his race pretty much done here. I think his chance of some points out of the window. Matty Pitt in the meantime now in 2nd place. He's only got a 3-second gap to Justify. Can he chase after him in these final 3 laps? He'd have to do a second lap on him and still make a move as well. That might be a bit too much for him. V10 down to P14 after that spin which we saw him put it in the wall. Rexy Boy and Street Boy still all over the back of Vista here in a battle for 4th place. 3-way battle here as they go into turn 3 at the moment. V10 Ultra with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits to get that damage fixed, and he's retired from the race. Can't say I blame him there. That's just a kick in the teeth at that point. Oh, Street Boy getting a bit wide onto the grass there. Living dangerously. Brinky in the meantime lost a bit of time there to Nelly Regit coming to that section. I think he tagged the wall, and Stiffmeister there seizes on that without any hesitation there. Stiffmeister up into P9, getting ahead of Brinky. Tezza still here trying to challenge on the back of Street Boy. Street Boy's right with Rexy Boy as well. He's Street battling it out over P5 at the moment. Tezza here looking over the back of Street Boy into the penultimate corner. Massive bit of oversteer there from Tezza. Street Boy here trying to make inroads here on Rexy Boy as well. Stiffmeister's moved out of Nelly Regit up into P8 as they're coming to the final corner. Oh, he gets it wrong though. Nelly Regit there getting it wrong on the exit at the final corner, and he's just out to Brinky and Islandberg. Gets it away from the wall and gets it going again. He's well ahead of Truckee. But running in P11 right now, he might have faced a bit of a challenge here from Truckee and Mr. Johan on the final lap of the race here as well. Or sorry, on the penultimate lap of the race, should I say. Still, best part of 2 laps to go here in this race. Justify coming towards the end of the first sector here on lap 19 of 20. You got Street Boy here still pressuring the back of Rexy Boy. So is Tezza as well. Tezza, for all of his difficulties in this race, could still be in with a chance of a top 5 spot here. They're saying that with the penalties, he probably isn't. He's got 3 seconds worth of penalties, so he will, even if he gets up ahead of these two, he won't be able to finish ahead of them. So he will be P7 at best here, will Tezza, as things stand here in this race. Justify's got the win pretty much in the bag. Matty Pitt and Magpie Toon both with 3-second penalties. Magpie Toon, as it stands, will lose out on a podium place here to Vista. And Street Boy there, getting passed by Tezza. Tezza up into P6. Now Tezza can look to try and attack here on Rexy Boy. This is just for pride though at this point, because he's not going to get the position once we get to the end unless one of these two or both of them gets a penalty on the final lap of the race. I think it's unlikely that both of them will. The chances of one of them getting a penalty is about, well, probably about 1 in 20. Seeing as we're on the 20th lap and neither of them have picked up a penalty so far. But nonetheless, Tezza looking to the inside here into turn 1. Is he going to make that move? Rexy Boy trying to keep it around the outside. Tezza does get that move done though on the exit of the corner up into P5. Now Street Boy looking to try and capitalise on Rexy Boy's slow exit coming out of turn 2. He's got ahead of him here into turn 3. Street Boy up into P6. Can't get a move on Tezza though. Tezza holds on for P5. As we see Mr. Johan dropping behind Nelly Regit. Nelly Regit up into P12. Brinky there moving ahead of Stiffmeister as well on this final lap up into 8th place. Justify's got about half a lap left to go here in this race. Brinky there's lost out to Stiffmeister and Islandberg now. There's Nelly Regit there dropping back behind Mr. Johan. He's actually had a bit of a mare there. In fact, no. What's going on there with these two? Yeah, he is behind him. So Mr. Johan is running in 12th place now in this race. So Tezza now running in P5 on this final lap, but he's got a 3-second penalty. So this is a battle between Street Boy and Rexy Boy for a top 5 spot here. But we've got to jump to Justify because he's coming to the final couple of quarters here in this Australian Grand Prix here at Purple Sector in the realistic car performance season. He's coming out of the final corner here for the final season of F1 23 to kick things off with a bang here. It's Justify up towards the line in the McLaren. He's going to take the win here at Albert Park with a really, really well-deserved win. Took pole and the win. And yeah, faultless from him. Matty Pitt second, Magpie over to complete the podium. In fact, no, Vista gets it on a penalty, so Vista third, Magpie Toon fourth, Tezza over in P5. In fact, no, loses it on a penalty. Street Boy and Rexy Boy 5th and 6th, with Tezza 7th, Stiffmeister 8th, Islandberg over in 9th place ahead of Brinky, who completes the points-paying positions there in P10. Next over the line will be Truckee, who's just coming out of the final corner now to take P11, although he'll lose that on a penalty, so it'll be P11 for Mr. Johan. P12 for Truckee and Nelly Regit there. The last driver to finish the race in 13th place. The other 4 who started the race retired. We have 17 started the race, 13 made it to the end. But that is that, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's action here in the Purple Sector F1 League. For now, anyway, because we have got the Thursday night's coverage coming up after this. Obviously, at the time of recording, it's currently Tuesday night, but we'll also be recording Thursday night's action and we'll be streaming that on Sunday as part of the Motive Racing Super Sunday special. Obviously we had the Flat Out F1 League. We've had this Tuesday night's action from the Purple Sector F1 League, and after this we'll have the Thursday night's action, and then after that we'll have the Motive Racing Formula 1 League from Friday. And obviously we stream the GT3 Championship on a Assetto Corsa Competizione across the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series live. That's at 8 PM tonight, UK time. That is live. Everything else is recorded. So all the F1 leagues are recorded, but that will be live and uninterrupted at 8 PM tonight if you guys are interested in tuning in for that as it happens. But anyway, thanks ever so much, guys, for checking this out. And yeah, stick around because it'll be about a couple of minutes and we'll probably have Thursday night's coverage coming on. If not immediately after, then in a couple of minutes' time. So yeah, stick around for that and we'll see you very soon.